poppycocks to poppy by far. And that's why all the folks on poppycock keep poppycocks in a jar. But once I met a girl on poppycock back in the poppycock hills, they won't let me back on poppycock, reckon they never will. Well, poppycock, you'll always be home sweet home to me. Good old poppycock, poppycock, you and me, Rose and Baldini. The earth don't spin at all on poppycock, flatter than a hot roadkill. And beer don't stick to balls on poppycock, reckon it never will. Once I met two folks on poppycock, one bald, the other likes cats. She wild as a rosy, quicker than a satellite, no poppycock about that. Well, poppycock, you'll always be home sweet home to me. Good old poppycock, poppycock, you and me, Rose and Baldini. Take it, Trey.
Grab your partner, spin him around, try not to knock down a clown. It is clown world out there. You know that, right?
She don't like to block on poppycock, ain't no poppycock pins.
Don't step in
You
it.
might just find yourself on poppycock, waking with a poppycock kin. And poppycock, you'll always be home sweet home to me. Good old poppycock, poppycock, you and me, Rose and Baldini. Why so freaking early? Poppycock, you and me.
What the hell? Oh.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the WonkyClock Report. Why so freaking early? Well, because we're freaking retarded. Good morning, Baldini.
Pretty much. I think that answers a lot of questions, actually, now that I think about it. My wife will often go, "What's wrong with you?" And I'm like, "I don't know." Everything. Where should we begin? Yes, it is a long list. Do we have our other friend here? We have a birthday friend here. Happy Hatching Day.
I'm here.
Hey, happy Hatching Day to the
Hi.
lovely, the talented,
Good morning, Karen. Is it your first birthday?
No, not yet.
Not yet?
Yeah, I knew you were wrong, Baldini.
Okay. Well, I was tripped up because I saw a donation button. Could you, is there any chance you could drop that in chat, Karen?
Yeah. Let me see. Yes, I created my birthday fundraiser.
Yeah, fundraiser for FE Core.
I have Karen's birthday memorized. It's May 7th, right?
Oh.
No?
No. Close,
Crap.
but no.
So
May 13th?
Mandela affected.
Is it May 13th?
No, it's
Is it
actually
May-
the
9th?
9th. Yes, 9th. That's the one.
Oh, I don't know why I thought 7. I just love the number 7, I guess, and I love you.
Well, I love you too.
Okay, so I missed everything that Baldini
It's a
said
love
because I had
fest.
4 tabs open, all with the link. 'cause
You
I
did
clicked it
4 tabs
times.
of acid? Far out, man.
So, you guys, I want to talk about my hopes for the future today and how much I hate fucking YouTube.
I wouldn't do it to YouTube. That just sounds weird and icky.
No, I'm so sick of censorship tube, and I think it's time that we all move forward with our lives. And, you know, I want. Oh, uh-oh.
Are you there? Uh-oh. See what happens? See what happens when you start talking bad about the man? They jump on you just like that. Boom. I'm telling you. Earlier, before we began. So obviously it's neither Tuesday nor Thursday. which is the typical Poppycock Report days. Now, you also know that we have been on a hiatus, at least I have, that being your friendly neighborhood bald guy, for reasons, well, manifold and many, going through a variety of different things, including some personal grief. Just need to spend some time grieving. And so, but we'll be back, right? So I plan to be back with a regular stream this weekend, and we'll continue to move forward. But one of the things that we've talked about is, what do we do with Poppycock Report? It is so freaking early. And it did really well for a while with our schedules, and then it didn't. And then all kinds of things happened. So we haven't had much of a chance, frankly, to really talk it through about exactly how to do it. We've passed some messages back and forth. Are you back with us, Rose? Did you make it back?
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I got kicked off of Skype and I had to reopen the application.
Oh, well, because you were talking bad about YouTube. They're all interconnected. They all sleep together. We know what the score
Oh,
is.
it's probably just a coincidence.
We know what the score is. Anyway, so just to fill in the gaps for those who haven't been there or haven't known, we're certainly not doing anything behind your back, because we haven't even talked about it that much.
Oh yeah, that's right. No, it's
right.
Like,
So
like I said this morning, my stream, my pre-Poppycock stream, I let the audience decide what was next, and so everything was being decided on the air.
well, it is. I just wanted to illuminate me. Remarked that this is the day that that giant shipment of Hellmann's mayonnaise did not make it to Mexico. It was sunk to the bottom of the sea. And of course, we celebrate this the Cinco de Mayo.
The Cinco de Mayo, Baldini.
That's such a dad joke.
Yeah, no. Those cute kids, they're not going to get any better. They're not going to stop either, but they're not going to get any better. And this is why I think Rose has this brilliant idea to pre-record the show, so she can just edit those out. She's like, dad joke. X. I know how you roll. I got it. But no, that is one of the things that we talked about, how to manage our schedules, how to keep everybody informed, entertained, and to keep the poppycock off our shoes, because damn does that shit stink, and we don't want it anywhere near us. So how do we do that? And I think all of us are certainly probably open to suggestions, but it sounds like Rose has got some ideas. So Rose, the floor is yours. Get all over it.
Thank you, Baldini.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, I am in the process of joining Rockfin, which is the new platform that is totally uncensored. And I've been trying to leave YouTube. I don't want to give them any of my energy. They totally suck.
Rockfin.
And
That sounds like a Little Mermaid dance club. Like a rave.
It does sound like
a rave she would have. Come on down to the Rockfin, man. You got to bat your eyes.
How do you do with a fin?
You got to bat your eyes like this. It's under the sea, man. Yeah. Okay, anyway. You keep going, man. Sorry about that, man.
Thank you, man. So I think that we will be going to Rockfin, and I'm going to have two channels. I'm going to have one channel that will be exclusively live streaming the first free hour of Crow 777 Radio. So while everybody can go to our website, crow777radio.com, at any time to look at any free hour on the fly without even logging in, if you're a freak like me and love to chat, I get to sit there and stream the first free hour. And since I don't have to talk, I get to be an addict with whoever else is there. And we all can be in the chat room and discuss what we're listening to or not. You know how it is. And so that is going to be one of my huge obsessions, because I want to reach new people, because on this platform, people like Sam Tripoli moved his entire show over there exclusively. We've got Globebusters, Jeranism, and Alex Stein Primetime 99, and Beth Martins. And so it's $10 a month to get all of that at Rockfin. And so that's one thing. But then I'm going to have my channel, my stupid channel, where I just talk about whatever I want, wherever, just a thing. But then Jason is going to have his channel, which is Secrets of Saturn. And so I guess that on Wednesday nights, he'll probably start off on YouTube, but then he'll cut it off and put it to Rockfin and stuff. And then I was thinking that the Great Baldini should have his own channel on Rockfin, and we exclusively put the like the Poppycock report on your channel, and it is going to be pre-recorded, and it's going to be so freaking good. And we could do like maybe a pre-show
No
on YouTube
pressure,
or something.
right?
Just my idea. What do you think, Baldini?
Well, real quickly, I just noted this. If you put in rockfin.com into your browser bar and hit enter, you go to Quicken Loans. Just point that out.
Well, but you don't put a C.
Oh, there's no C?
There's no C.
Yeah, I'm just
It's
saying that they redirected there. So rockfin.com goes to Quicken Loans.
That's interesting and annoying.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's ROK.
All right, so Rockfin. All right, so we'll definitely check this out. So in terms of this, let me point out a couple of these things. So initially, Unintended Consequences was originally envisioned as being a recorded show, both video and audio, and due to scheduling conflicts, and when I first started to try to upload the first 2 episodes, I kept getting all kinds of problem from your nemesis, which is the Goo Boob. They wouldn't let me do it. They kept saying that there was problems, and they were saying that there was copyright conflict with some of the stuff that I'd taken from the conversations from Aldous Huxley, which is not possible. Anyway, here's the issue that I have is, so that's what I originally had intended, and I know that the quality of the content will improve dramatically because that's in part some of my background is to do that, and it creates a situation where I can edit it, and then that makes it very good. I can get all those ums out that people hate so much and like to leave comments about.
Because you're a control freak like me.
Yeah. The problem with that is scheduling, right? Is that until I can move into a full-time situation, doing this full-time, and leave my other state of employ, that becomes scary for me, because now I've got a commitment to do this every week, and I can't 100% guarantee. And I would just feel awful if I came up short. I would stress myself to to limits unimaginable, which is in a way why I began doing live streams. It wasn't my intention, but why I began doing live streams initially was because it simply took that element away of the pressure of trying to make it perfect and all that sort of stuff, because I'm a perfectionist.
Can I jump in really quick, Baldini, and just
Absolutely.
say that that's why we don't have to rush and nothing happens overnight, and now we're just talking and we can just keep doing what we're doing right now, and I just do all of the other things, and when it happens, it happens. And Baldini, I want to state for the record, and this I would even put into an affidavit and send it to you via certified mail after getting notarized, that I love you and want you to do whatever you want.
Well, I love you
and which
too.
you all will do anyway. You will do anyway, as everyone knows. So I'm
Well,
just a little girl who cares what I say. But I'm just saying that I care about you doing what you got to do to make it the best show possible. I'm just basically consider me your slave to the Perfect Card Report.
You're a nut. No,
Does that get the point across enough?
No, I appreciate that. And again, but here's sort of how I feel, right, is about part of this whole thing, right? So, for example, let me show this, is that today, of course, is Wednesday. That's not a Tuesday or a Thursday, not a traditional poppycock day, and not a day that we would normally do this. And, of course, we're also taking a bit of a hiatus, at least I am, due to some personal stuff going on, and I just needed the time to kind of get my head together and get everything taking the next steps, because we're trying to get out of Seattle.
About time. I did that 2 months ago, and
Yeah.
now it's your turn.
Right. So I just needed a little bit of time to kind of manifest that, and we're doing well, I think, to that degree. So yeah, with that in mind, but also this idea of being able to move forward into kind of a full. So there's these two aspects. One is I wanted to kind of do this spend more time with people anyway, right? And then this opportunity to come up with, get into a long-term committed living situation with other people, right? And so this idea presented itself, and I think we want to move forward with that. So there's several things going on at once there. But primarily, the reason that I'm doing this is not even for me, although I miss you guys terribly when I'm not here. It feels at this point sort of like an investment, an investiture that I'm making in you guys. I love the people in our group, and the more that I spend time with the people, I want to do what I can to be of service and to help out. So, with that in mind, it does. That's kind of what I mentioned this last weekend. Is through some suggestions of David Reif and some other folks, right? They just sort of offhandedly mentioned it, and a few weeks ago, and I don't know, it's sort of percolated for a while, and just kind of gives this idea of being a resource in which we might, through this community, be able to help each other more effectively and to find better ways to do that. So I'm going to kind of look at that, not like I need anything else to do, of course, but kind of look at that as a possibility of some way that we could set something up where we can quickly and effectively take care of those in our community who need help and with a variety of things, not just like, financial and material support, but those who are,
Do you mean like also emergency services?
a little bit. Yeah.
Like if someone is really in a jam, like emergency trying to get out of a bad situation.
Yep, exactly.
That is so fucking cool.
Exactly.
And that's all I've ever dreamed of, Baldini.
That's exactly
We got to
I'm
make this happen.
thinking.
I don't know how to help though.
So I've set aside through. See, this is a little awkward because that's not something I normally talk about, right? But I set aside through donations that came in over time. Like people are really super awesome, and I'm probably not great at saying thank you enough for people who have been really cool to donate and support the channel. And so over time, I've been kind of bleeding a little bit off until I had at least $1,000 set aside, where I could at any time, if the need arose, that I could bless somebody. Right, that was just the idea, is that it would always be there, waiting. Right, if somebody really needed it, and I hope this doesn't give me like 30 emails in 10 minutes going, "Hey, I need that $1,000." Right, but it really was just something I could just set back aside, kind of the Dave Ramsey idea, right? That you have this emergency cash set aside, so it just stays there in the PayPal, where if anybody needs it, we have access to it, and then I can just do what we did with Dawn's phone previously. She had a phone that broke, and so I said, "Hey, can we get her a new phone?" And people started sending money in. Well, I didn't know what we'd get. I just said, fuck it. So I just went and found her a phone and bought it and sent it to her. And then people sent enough money, it covered it. So there's no problem there. And I just feel that that is the way that generally with my life,
It's
right?
the only way to break away from the system and get people to free their minds.
Yes.
To realize that it's the human beings that make everything happen. Whenever
Absolutely.
whenever, let's just say like the emergency services, when the fire department comes to your house, it is because those human beings chose to do it. There's nothing intrinsically making it happen other than the idea that it's their job and they're getting paid for it. But it's not necessary if everyone decides to grow up, be a human being, and live as a community where we all care about this and
Fucking
realize that we're
boom.
all in this together.
Boom. That's it. That right there. So you're talking exactly what I've been kind of ruminating on over the last several days. And this time that I took off, again, not just sitting around with my thumb up my ass, but really spending a pretty good amount of time trying to better envision what this situation with the communal living thing might entail, and how to resolve conflict, and how to do approach different things, and how to address a variety of situations. But part of this again came up with this idea that at least the premise that this should not be a single location, but rather numerous locations with a variety of like-minded people.
A network.
Yeah, a network, exactly, of people who are helping one another out. And I think that, again, no matter ultimately, right, this is, as you say, this is the way it should have always been anyway. Right, so many people go, well, I'll just pay my taxes and then we get the roads, and that's not how it works for us.
It's not, because all of the money that we pay in taxes goes to the
Bonds.
Interest on the debt that we owe to the Federal Reserve and the politicians' pockets. You're not actually paying for those services because the money is fake and they just print it out of thin air.
Yep, all the stuff that we know. So if we can support one another and help one another out, and again, I've been so personally blessed and so just touched by being kind of in the middle and being involved in helping people out. Like when, Mac Parhar, Flat Earth Fokker initially went to jail, we quickly set up a thing for him. And of course, once he got out, we just passed it along to him. So if you want to donate to him, just do it directly. Don't go through me. But being able to be involved in things like that, and more recently with Tommy Paint, these are the sorts of things that really give my life, better purpose and meaning, beyond all the amusing stuff and the entertaining stuff and even the intellectually intriguing stuff that I love doing with Cammie and Zach and Bob and all, everybody. I love the thought that goes into this, but ultimately, I think that, we're people. And when we back up and look at this from a 50,000-foot view, we always come back to the idea that this is a spiritual warfare, spiritual battle that we're in. That ultimately what we come down to is it's not an intellectual challenge or a race to the finish to see who came up with the most clues, right? But it is instead a spiritual battle that we're in, and part of that is really love, and that means taking care of one another. Right. And so I know it sounds weird and kind of maybe cheesy and altruistic and all that sort of stuff, but that's what I've come to, is that this is the best thing that I could imagine doing with my life, is to invest in other people, and to do it in a way that's material and tangible, not just talking about it, but actually, again, trying to set up a place so we have a physical location where we can do this, and moreover, give people assistance in a variety of ways. And again, not just materially, not just financially, but in terms of emotional support when they need it. Because one of the biggest things, and one of the reasons I started this channel to begin with originally, was because of so many reports of people who were increasingly isolated and alone after seeing the world in a different way. Again, they wanted to share it with other people, realizing at first that they were not having much success doing that. And then beyond that people were ostracizing them and doing all the things that we've all seen, but they found themselves increasingly isolated and alone, and went, wait a minute, am I crazy? Am I crazy? Am I, what's going on? And so the ability for us to make connection, as we do here in our chats and in this community, I think is vital. And what Karen does, and with the meetings and the gatherings, Flattoberfest, that sort of thing, it's invaluable. And so I just want to commit myself to doing more of that. I've talked to Karen a little bit offline, and I'm sure she'll get sick of me as I start reaching out to her more and more, talking about how can we increase the effectiveness and the reach of these Flat Earth festivals or things like them, more and more meetups and gatherings where people can get in the proximity of others and move forward. It gives them courage and strength. And I saw this as a result of people coming home after this most recent solar return event, is that they come home, revitalized and charged up and encouraged. And we need more of that for sure.
That's really, really, really good, Baldini. What do you have to say about that, Karen?
I absolutely 100% agree.
Yeah, it's pretty much the most important thing in the flat and stationary plane right now.
Yeah, we really have to start building a foundation, a really solid foundation for our community to stay connected, because it's going to get more difficult as time goes on.
I couldn't agree more. And astrologically speaking, at this time of year during the spring, Crow and I were talking about how what we like to do at this time of year is really build bridges.
Yep.
And I am not just talking about with people who it's easy to build bridges with, like telling Baldini how much I love him and telling Karen how awesome she is. I'm talking about building bridges with the people, the fucked up shit might have gotten down during the fall of the previous motherfucking year, if you know what I'm talking about. And it ain't easy, but now's the time to do it.
So you're partying with Alex Jones now? I got you.
What?
I said you're partying with Alex Jones now? I got you. Gay frogs in a hot tub.
No, I'm partying with Alex Stein 99.
Oh, Alex Stein. Okay. All right. Close enough. Close enough.
I'd say now is the time. Oh, I see what you're saying. Building bridges with, the enemy and stuff.
Right,
But no, I don't mean like trying to like have a corporate merger with Alex Jones and therefore becoming a shill. I mean, if you like, let's cultivate positive relationships. If something wonky, because it's the WonkyClock report, if something wonky happened last year, like just something to think about. Now is a time for growth and love and coming together, and this community is going to flourish and get stronger in
Absolutely.
doing that, I think.
And if you haven't,
and it's going to open the door for more people to join, people who want to think critically and for themselves and leave this disgusting system that we unfortunately allowed to be created.
And if you have any question about, the nature of, I guess, who we are and what we're doing, this is happening live and in real time. We haven't discussed this any further off the air or any differently. There's no, set up, right? We're talking about it live here and going, this is our hearts and this is what we want to do and accomplish. And I see in the chat so many people who are on board with, again, like-minded ideas, similar stuff. And so good for us, right? Good for all of you. Good for all of us. Right? How great for us that we get to do this and be the ones to actually accomplish it, not just point the finger at somebody else and go, hey, look at what they did, as people often do, for example, with the Founding Fathers, but to say, hey, look, under extreme duress, these people were able to find the answers they were looking for, at least discover the prison that was snuck over their heads while nobody was looking. And hopefully, find a way out and support one another. And this idea of sort of the Underground Railroad. And so, fuck the fucking fuckers. Let's do this shit.
Fuck the fucking fuckers. And you know what? I think the only prerequisite for all of this is for someone to just be willing to say fuck the fucking fuckers and trust in themselves. We can trust in ourselves. And I think that actually, if it was going to be official, the prerequisite would be that we're just not scared. We're not scared of you motherfuckers, because guess what? We are spiritual beings and life goes on after this. And so they can't even hurt us if they tried to hurt us.
And so that's
did hurt us,
and that's very much where I'm at right now, Rose. Right, is that I've sort of taken on the mantle of going, okay, I'm going to be the guy, the first penguin, right? So the emperor penguins, right? When they all come up there after sitting on the eggs, they all got to get up to the edge of the ice, and somebody's got to be the first one in. They know that there's tiger seals or leopard seals down there waiting to get them. Right, somebody's got to be the first one to jump in, and then everybody falls in afterwards. So I'm willing to be that guy, and I'm not afraid of them. What I'm honestly terrified of is letting people down, right, and disappointing people. So, I've been pretty transparent and saying, I don't, other than some basic stuff, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, right? I don't know how to do a complete community. I've never done it before, but I've certainly been studying, and I've certainly again willing to stay open to suggestions and not be like the guy like I fucking know it all. I'm not going to do that. But I'm certainly again willing to find the right people, and I have been on the lookout, and I've been in contact with a number of people I think are going to be terrific additions to this, to this endeavor. So off we go, and this is the challenge that I'm taking off over the summer. So again, I haven't been idle during this period of hiatus. Right, been giving some very serious thoughts to how to approach these things and to move forward, and what's the most valuable role that I could play in the community. Right, so that it's not just about here's the thing. I love interacting with you guys. I love the jokes that we tell. I love looking at the poppycock. I love the time that we spend together. There's nothing like it. And in fact, that's why I missed you guys. I just had to come here on a Wednesday, even though it's not a poppycock day. Because I miss you guys. But I've been so...
Yeah, because we have to do it when we both can show up, because everything's so crazy right now.
So
it's so wonderful that it's even happening at all right now, if you ask me.
Agreed. I was delighted because I've been... I had done pretty well for a while, and then just the last few days have been so deathly ill since late last week, and so it's just so discouraging when you think you're starting to make some progress, and then shit goes sideways, and you're like, fuck, man. Just so tired of it. But we'll get through it, and I'm determined, and I'm not the weakling. Yeah, I'm not the little girly man with the little panties on. No, I'm properly pumped up.
No es posible.
Yeah, properly pumped up, and I come to your house and I cross you and step on your head. So this is
it's muy fuerte.
Yeah, muy fuerte, much fire, mucho gusto. Yeah. Anyway, this is the plan. So I hope I'm not boring you guys to death. We just really, Rose and I just wanted to talk this morning, and so we just invited you to join. We're like, what are we going to do with this thing? And so one of the things, back to this idea of pre-recording some of this stuff, what if, and this is just an idea I thought I'd throw out there, what if we did a live show with recorded segments? That way we could get some of that stuff out and then just kind of do it much like evening news. You have a live overlay and you kind of pitch to each of the recorded segments. How does that strike you?
That sounds amazing. I love it, and I couldn't have thought of that idea myself, even though it's such an obviously fantastic idea.
And I'm
sure the chat's going to agree.
I would like to invite those of us, those in our community as well, to do little Be Poppy reporters, right? Send us a little segment, just a couple of minutes, where you put together the thing and show us the poppycock. You could be on camera or off, and get you involved as well. We'd love this, and so.
Oh my gosh, Maldini!
So we'll have the poppy people out there.
Why didn't we think of this sooner? It's okay. We don't have to think about the past. Let's just move forward.
Well, I did. I just didn't bring it up.
You did.
But I would love to get our poppy people from all over the world to show us what's going on in their community, both from the news and their community, what's going on around them, the positive, the poppycock, all that stuff. So send us your reports, right? Send us your poppycock reports, and I'll figure out a way to manage it. But this will take some of the burden off us, and also give us a chance to spotlight you. And then we can script some of these segments, get them done, and that way we just kind of do a live overlay, so we can still interact, so it's not just a recorded thing. And because that's one of my favorite parts, really, is just to spend time with you guys. That's one of the biggest things. Like this morning, they're really, like, I do have some poppycock, but it doesn't really matter because most of it I just wanted to spend time with you guys and wish happy almost birthday to Karen, who has become one of my favorite people of all time. So yeah, anyway, just kind of peruse and consider ideas for the future and get people to weigh in. I'll come back and look at the chat log, as I usually try to do afterwards, to see what people, if you have comments or whatever, just throw in. I know people are going to say give away a free bag of DMT every day, but if I could, that's like the leftover cocaine, right? So, optimal timing. I'd say probably certainly less than 3 minutes. 2 minutes is probably about right. 1 to 2 minutes is probably perfect. 90 seconds is just about right.
That's a lot longer than the people get on the news, the actual news. We're like quadrupling the amount of time. And we actually would encourage people to even go for it, go above a 5th grade education with your English, which is what the news uses. The news and the newspaper only speaks at a 5th grade level, but we're so much better than that.
Be higher minded. Yeah, right.
Yeah, we're gonna make normies' brains explode.
Yeah, if you want to do, again, funny, informational, all of that, express yourself, right? So yeah, 3 minutes 33 seconds. I like it. Somebody put 3:35. Rob did, but I'm going, why not 3:33? Come on, dude. You're gonna do it. Do it.
3 seconds would be a backwards inversion of 3:22 Skull and Bones.
Right. Exactly. Or you could do 3 segments each of 2:22, giving us the 666. So, however you want to do that. But anyway, yes. So if you want to start putting together some poppycock reports, again, just make them current, current events, ideally. It doesn't have to be. You just use your imagination. We're exploring these ideas in real time right now. But yes, we can even have a fuck the fucking fuckers segment, somebody who really needs a big FU. And we can give them, the big corporate focused intention.
Yeah.
Right. So
yeah, with the little like ding 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 ding.
Exactly. Right?
Fuck the fucking fuckers.
Fuck those fucking
now.
Fuck those fucking fuckers. Here's the guy that needs some fucking today. Bill Gates.
Those fucking fuckers are so fucking fucked, Baldini.
They're super
go
fucked.
To the fucking fucker clip now.
Hey Rose, how fucked are they?
Oh, they're so fucking fucked. And you know what? Fuck the fucking fuckers.
Fuck those fucking
you,
fuckers. Karen, what do you think? Should we fuck these fucking fuckers or not?
I think the fucking fuckers should be fucked until they can't be fucked anymore.
And there we go. Fuck the fucking fuckers. And there we go. Fuck the fucking fuckers until they can't be fucked anymore. That's according to Karen B. And she knows all. Thank you and good night. Film at 11. Oh,
This is gonna be so much fun.
Isn't it? I'm excited already. I think this is a good migration, and so we can determine based on the amount of submissions that we get, and the amount of time it takes to put it all together, whether this will be once or twice or 3 times or 5 times a week. I mean, can't be 5 times until I quit my job, but in the interim, we can certainly have a good place to start. We could do a weekly fuck the fucking fuckers, and say that 5 times fast, you.
Oh, man.
Fucking
This is gonna
knuckleheads.
be good.
Good stuff. And so I definitely want to get, Ted Beefcake Summer. I need to get a report from him. We had threatened a couple of times already. So, and somebody even said, fuck you, Ted. So we got that going. So,
Oh, and Ted is awesome, and I wanted to. Okay, wait, guys. I heard that Awesome Austin and Christian Knapp started their own show too. Isn't that so cool?
it is.
Mm-hmm.
What's
And
it?
then
Do you know the
and
name?
then okay, we need to definitely also just highlight, like, you know how I was going to do the Poppycock report with Ted?
Yep.
We could have
You were going to
the
leave me for
community
Ted.
highlight where we do a special segment.
Did you hear this, Karen? She was going to leave me for Ted.
This is news to me.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no, it was a long time ago and it never happened.
Yeah. Okay. It's a long time ago, and it
Like,
never-
Okay, but there was this one day where I was like trying to say, oh my gosh, I have to highlight all these businesses, and Ted was in the chat. He's like, yeah, we should do that too. And so then I was thinking, like, oh, now we could actually do a segment of this show where we highlight the different businesses. So we have the fucking fuckers, we have the poppycock, highlighting the community business. Maybe people could even input their special talents, like someone out there, I'm sure, wants everyone to hear their karaoke song, because I am one of those people.
Hey, Libra Lord, thank you so much. But no, that's a great idea, and I think so this is all getting me to think, right? So we have Scooter comes to mind, right, and his T-shirts. So we could definitely do a highlight on that. And then we got Joelle, and she's got the seeds, right? And she got me hooked up with the gummies. Almost put me down with 75 gummies, so that was good. But you were saying Christian and Awesome have I was going to ask, what's the name of their channel? What's
The Melodome is the name of the show, but I actually was not told what the channel was. So, hey guys, you guys have to start thinking about that, how you have to tell people where to find you.
Because I know
I
Ms.
wanted people to say
Mays,
so.
Ms. Mays, and what's his name? Dude.
Yeah, Miss Mays has been streaming to D Live.
Yeah, well, she's been doing YouTube as well, and so I caught a couple of her shows, and a couple of times it's a little awkward because it's them and me. Right? I'm like, hey, but yeah, it's good stuff. It's good content, and so I got the chance to talk to her at the meetup out here before the solar return, and she's really super awesome. So yeah, just I know there's Freedom Grower. He does a stream from time to time. So a lot of people got content, but again, and the people with Trey Clark has got his dog thing going on, right? So he's got his dog business happening. So a bunch of people got a bunch of different stuff going on. So yeah, certainly an opportunity to highlight them, and yeah. For example, anybody in the Cleveland, Ohio area? Anybody in Greater Ohio? Fox Bear needs some work. So if you're able to help find him some work, give us a shout out. We'll see if we can find some help for people who are willing to work. They're just not looking for a handout, just a hand up. So that sort of stuff, right? So this is what we want to do, is be able to help people out and just grow our community. And so throw out those poppy seeds, and we'll water them and give them some sunshine. As Karen was saying the other day, get a little sun in your bun. The bunghole, sun bum hole sunning. What's the phenomenon? It's a thing, isn't it?
I guess, but that wasn't exactly what I was referring to. But you can do that.
I mean, I hear it's a thing. It's butthole sunning.
What?
Yeah.
Baldini.
Yeah, I'm not kidding.
I'll be honest, I did that. I didn't see anything special about it. It's kind of an awkward position to lay in the sun in, to be honest. I'd rather just lay there normally like I normally do.
Exactly. You know what? I'm so happy that you did it so that you could report back honestly, because we know that if you were like a new age pusher of just trying to make everyone happy, you would say that you just felt so invigorated. And we all know that that is poppycock.
Yeah, really. Oh, no,
Just
other
get
than just
vitamin
making
D
you
through
look
just
dumb,
putting
it
as much
doesn't
of your
do
skin.
anything.
Speaking of poppycock, here's an article that's got so much in the title right here. Don't harvest solar energy with your butthole, say scientists. Wow, I don't even know what to do with that one, because now if scientists say don't do it, now I'm thinking maybe I need to go stick my butt up. put the moon at the sun, stick my moon at the sun. I don't know. It all seems a little weird to me, but it says it's an ancient Taoist tradition. I don't know what to make of that, but holy
I
shit.
agree upon, and they're just trying to dumb us down by putting these ridiculous stories and trying to relate them back to ancient cultures. We should be looking at ancient cultures with more respect. I challenge anyone to show me the evidence that this was actually a practice in whatever culture. Prove to me that this isn't the dumbing down to make Americans and actually all humans all over the world dumb down farm animals. Talking about nonsense. Don't you think? What do you think, Karen?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I can't prove it. Maybe that's what I'm saying. I want the proof. I want the proof. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know. I got distracted with squirrel, and I was looking through the poppycock, and of course the big news: Bill and Melinda Gates getting married. I mean, getting divorced. And of course, my first question is, who gets Anthony Fauci? Who gets custody of Fauci in the divorce? The jokes aren't going to get any better. I promise. It's not gonna happen. So here's the question of the day, and it should be the question that people have asked hundreds of times already. So why is it that when all the numbers came down, and it was very obvious that they were fudging the numbers in favor of the CV-19, that all the deaths from everything, if you got bit by a rabid raccoon, you were going to be listed as a CV death. And now, rampant deaths coming in from the prick, but it's anything but. No, this was due to a case of tonsillitis he had in the 5th grade. It came back and got him now. My question is, what is it going to take for just the wool-wearing folks to realize that they've been duped?
I think if they haven't figured it out already, they're not going to.
I realize it's a rhetorical question, but I've been grieving this whole thing, that you can't open their eyes. You just can't. And people are going to do what they're going to do. And sometimes that's people that we care about, right? And you can't fix them. And it's a painful process, and certainly has been for me in the last few weeks. It's a very painful and difficult thing to acknowledge, that there are people whom
don't want to be helped. And they don't want to know the truth.
In fact, every effort, the time that you spend trying to help them is actually harming you, right? It's just there comes a time when you just have to keep walking.
There's a time when you feel, oh my gosh, my soul is being affected, and it feels like it's being disintegrated, as if the alien from the movie Alien's blood was falling through this like metal steel and causing this deterioration of your soul.
Yep. You have to choose.
And you have to, and then your need for survival causes you to make a decision that something has to change for your own self-preservation, not in a satanic sense of self-preservation, but more, I have to preserve my soul and have respect for my soul, so that for the good of what I want to do in this realm.
Yes, it's in order that it requires such compromise in order to maintain the relationship, that it's harmful, and I can't do it. I can't bring myself to the place of compromising my own sense of ethics and who I am just to maintain the relationship. I can't. That's a violation of my boundaries, and I can't do that. Right. So, but it's sad. It's grieving. Some of these are very long relationships and have been very close relationships, and so certainly you want the best for that person, and not just to maintain the relationship, but you certainly want for their eyes to open and for them to see the truth. And so it's not just that they're not seeing the truth, but that they are on the attack now. It's not just they're not just ignoring; they're on the attack, actively attacking because of this whole situation, and it becomes really painful, to have those about whom you care a great deal become your enemy because they've been beguiled by someone else. That's part of the new programming over the last couple of years, and that's has been one of the most interesting and again most worrisome things that I've seen is the polarization. That anyone who does not agree with you 100% is now your enemy, and the amplification of that, the amplitude is so high now that we're talking mortal enemy. People are coming into fisticuffs and more. Again, lifelong relationships and familial relationships that are ending over these viewpoints. It's stunning.
Yep, it really fucking sucks.
Well, it does, and this is again in part why I feel so compelled, and I feel there's such a need for this kind of, I don't know if you want to call it emotional support or whatever, community support right now.
Yeah, that's why we have to be positive. We
Yes.
have to be positive and never, never, never give up, because we are warriors of truth. And so what we need to do now is focus on the positive. I'm not saying that it doesn't fucking suck and it isn't horrible and sad to see these people that we care about, but you know what? We have to, when we fall off the horse with that cynicism, because I am all about fuck the fucking fuckers all the time, and it really upsets me too when I was hugging my mom, my vaccinated mom, when she came to visit me. You know what I was thinking, Baldini? I was thinking, I should have fucking know it was going to be my mom that fucking kills me. It's like, oh my freaking God, after everything I've been through and being thrown into the allopathic model, this bitch is getting fucking vaccinated and coming up into my motherfucking space. And how do I know that all this shit people are talking about isn't going to affect me? Because I'm the last person who has had a stroke and an aneurysm in 2 separate times that needs clotting issues, which we can prove is what spike proteins cause. And the question is whether sweating it out could get into me. But anyway, I was feeling maybe this was God doing intervention, because I'm always sweating. But when my mom was here, I was crazily cold. And so I was wearing all these layers of clothing while we were hugging. So who knows, maybe there's a God. But anyway, this shit pisses me off, but I'm trying to stay positive, because I too am being open about how I feel about this, because my soul disintegrated after I realized that in a way I capitulated, but in a way I was like, whatever, I'll just hug my mom, and if I die, I die. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to like focus on it or anything. I'm going to focus on the positive and increase my biofield and take my supplementation and be positive. That's what I'm going to do. And I wish that I had a solution of what to do about the fucking fuckers that aren't fucking getting it, Baldini. I am with you.
Well, see,
what the hell do we do?
Okay, so this is, again, I come back to this, and it's a perfect segue for me saying this, which is that, again, as I consider these things, it is that I can't do anything about them. And I've said this for a long time, that you cannot change the world, but you can change the world around you, I think. And the way to do that is to change your heart. And so it all begins in us, that we are the drivers of this. We cannot fix them or change them, but all we can really do is, I think, set the example and inspire the behavior. And again, this is where I come back to, and I've said this the last couple of weeks, like, wouldn't it be great, again, if the reason that we were known is not from these crazy beliefs or that we're conspiracy theorists, but for the way that we care for those in our group, right? That we care for our tribe, that we're known specifically for that. They may be nuts, but they sure are good people. Because that's one of the things that I really noted at the Friday gathering at the park before the solar return, was that there were so many people there, like everybody there. I was thinking, now, they might be a little odd, some of them. In fact, all of us were a little odd, or we wouldn't be here. But every single one of these people are salt of the earth folks. These are the type of people that you would want as a neighbor or a coworker or a family member or a friend. Funny people, interesting, but good people. The guys that would pull over and help you change a tire. Right. These are the great people, and yet these are the ones that the media is trying to sell us on that are domestic terrorists, and they want to kill you. They're nana killers, right? So it's again proof that they're upside down in that, but also the quality of people, and this is again one of the things that motivated me. The quality of people in this community is astounding. Especially under the circumstances of what we see around us, that the world being in the condition that it is, the bigger the shithole the world gets, the more incredible this group of people gets. And I think I'm beginning to see that, and I think I can count on that, which is in part what gives me the courage and the faith to step out to do this, right, and say, okay, I'm your Huckleberry. Right, I'll step out and be the guy who goes, all right, fucking shoot at me, right? I'll be waving the red flag so you guys come in behind, whatever. I think, as you said earlier, Rose, it takes somebody to stand up and say, yeah, fuck you, fucking fuckers, and I'm willing to do that, right? So they say, hey, freedom's just another word for nothing left to lose.
Well, you know what that does, Baldini? It's a good demonstration of what it means to be a human being, aka a real man who knows what it takes and when to take, using good discernment to take that action, to take that step forward and do the thing. I have a lot of feminine energy, and I like to talk, and I like to stay in the abstract. And so what I'm always trying to do is balance myself out with that masculine energy and actually do the freaking things that I'm talking about. And so I always love to lift up the good examples around me who do it, to kind of like remind me, like, when Jason puts his shoes on, I'm like, oh, fuck, I've been meaning to put my shoes on for freaking an hour. I freaking do it, and out the door we go to do the thing. You know what I mean? That's just an analogy in life.
Mm-hmm. So with that, we come up to the top of the hour, and just want to thank everybody for bearing with us as we pontificate and consider this morning. Again, it was entirely unplanned, just came as a result of Rose and I kind of chatting this morning, and then, of course, inviting our friend Karen, as we do, because we love Karen. And
everybody loves Karen because she's the fucking best.
She is the fucking best. I mean, what are you going to do? She's the fucking best.
Yeah, what are you going to do is a great phrase to put along with that. Yeah, what are we all going to do?
What are you going to do?
There's nothing you can do about it.
No, what are you going to do? She's the fucking best. Anyway, but thanks again to everybody for joining with us this morning and helping us kind of consider these things. Again, I'll go back through the chat and see if there's any brilliant, I'm sure there will be, prescient comments. And of course, you can always reach out to us via email. For me, it's unintended.consequences3@gmail.com. That should be in the show notes. Of course, there's always the poppycock report at gmail.com. You can reach us there too. And if you have any ideas or comments or thoughts on this, I'd be glad to hear that from you as well. And Karen,
what do you have to say?
Karen, we'll start with you.
Thoughts? What's up, Karen? What are you doing today?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know what I'm doing today. Probably more busy work. I mean, I have to redo my website. I'm redoing my website because I didn't like the theme I picked. So I'm redoing Flat Earth Festivals. I have to add an event to Flat Earth Festivals. And
are you using Squarespace for that? What are you using for that?
I'm sorry?
Squarespace, Wix, WordPress. What are you using?
WordPress. It's WordPress.
Yeah. Okay. Curious.
Yeah. So I have a new theme that's being installed, and then I'm going to start updating my website again, and just other stuff, background work busy work that I'm working on. I'm still doing biomagnetism stuff. I'm
Yeah,
still
baby.
doing my crystal therapy stuff that I'm learning in the
Fuck yeah.
background. I'm very busy in the background.
Fuck yeah.
So
Hell yeah. I love hearing about the background, Karen. I am a curious cat. I know that's what killed it, but anyway. I think I'm going to go live on my channel after this and maybe do a little bit of an Essence of Earl
Oh.
and more music or whatever. I'm going to take advantage of this beautiful morning before I have to do my stuff. So I'll see you guys on my channel in a little bit. And Baldini, thank you so much for hosting the Wonky Clock Report on this crazy random Wednesday morning.
It is a crazy random Wednesday morning. And thank you guys for coming. And, of course, thanks to everybody for showing up here, 107.8, I think. It's for you guys that we do this. And, again, if you have comments, controversy, remarks, certainly feel free to let us know. We might just throw them away, but we might listen to them. You know how it is. Anyway, guys, much love to you. I'll be back this weekend and likely tonight, depends on what the topic is. No, just kidding. As long as I'm healthy and able to do it, I'll be joining the guys for Secrets of Saturn this evening on that channel, Secrets of Saturn, with Wayne McCroy and, of course, Jason Lindgren. And I'll be back this weekend, I think. I'm pretty sure Unintended Consequences resumes per usual coming up this weekend. So again, thanks everybody for joining with us. Thanks Karen and thanks Rose. It's always a delight to have you with us. Thanks everybody. And just be good to people, right? Spend a little time considering how you might invest in the world around you. And do that a few times. I think that you'll enjoy the results. It's pretty awesome. And so with that, thanks again to everybody for being here. So much love for you guys, and we'll talk to you again soon. Take care.
I
1, 2, 3. Cocks don't pop it all, poppycock cocks do poppy by 4. And that's why all the folks on poppycock keep poppycocks in a jar. But once I met a girl on poppycock back in the poppycock hills, they won't let me back on poppycock, reckon they never will. Well, poppycock, you'll always be home sweet home to me. Good old poppycock, poppycock, you and me, Rose and Baldini. The earth don't spin at all on poppycock, flatter than a hot roadkill. And beer don't stick to balls on poppycock, reckon it never will. Once I met two folks on poppycock, one bald, the other likes cats. She wild as a rosy, quicker than a satellite, no poppycock about that. Well, poppycock, you'll always be home sweet home to me. Good old poppycock, poppycock, you and me, Rose and Baldini. Take a tray. Sheep don't like to flock on poppycock, ain't no poppycock pins. You might just find yourself on poppycock, waking with a poppycock kin. And poppycock, you'll always be home sweet home to me. Good old poppycock, poppycock, you and me, Rose and Baldini. Why so freaking early? Poppycock, you and me.